I actually believe that giving it's a very personal thing, but it's something that I believe that, you know, if you've had lots of good things that happen in your life, that you've got the opportunity then to give back. I'm Claudette, I'm the Chief Executive of the Sick Children's Trust. This charity has been existing for over 25 years now. The Sick Children's Trust exists to promote the well-being and health of the family while their sick child is in hospital. We have 7 locations all around the UK. Each home exists to look after the family. They house the family while a sick child is receiving their treatment in hospital. I've always seen this as a role that happened to me. I really enjoyed it, and I loved giving back to the charity and to the families, and that's kind of been my philosophy, and it has changed my life and the way I look at things, and just being grateful for having your health.
What I think of OHTV's Giving Week is it gives everybody an insight into the charities that are out there, and it also exposes them and just shows you where they need everybody's help and support. So this is a really good way of getting out there as much exposure as the charities can. My name's Tina, I'm a house manager for the Sick Children's Trust, and I manage a 9-bedroom house that supports families whose children are staying at Great Ormond Street. Working with the families, with the parents, it just puts everything in perspective. Obviously, no 2 days are the same working for the Sick Children's Trust, as are no 2 families. Some families that I have staying at the house are only with me for 1 or 2 nights. But then again, I have families like Gemma, who's been staying with me since July.
I think it's absolutely fantastic that the OHTV is doing the Giving Week, because for families like us, it's absolutely brilliant for other people to be drawn into the charities that are providing us with so much help, and OHTV is helping us in that way to let other people be aware of the situation we're in. My name's Gemma Isaac, and my little boy's in Great Ormond Street, and his name's Kian Baker. We've been at Great Ormond Street since July of this year. He has had a bone marrow transplant, and the Sick Children's Trust has provided accommodation for my partner Steve whilst we've been staying at the hospital. We live about 3 hours away in Cheltenham, so it's very, very difficult to get up on a daily basis, which is why we need the accommodation at the Sick Children's Trust, so that we can both stay here when we need to. We were referred to the Sick Children's Trust by Great Ormond Street. Although it's not linked to Great Ormond Street with regard to funding, Great Ormond Street use the Sick Children's Trust to accommodate families like ourselves. It's been absolutely invaluable. Having a base so close to the hospital is really, really important for us. You can feel really alone when you're in hospital for a long time, and when we're in the Sick Children's Trust, everybody goes back and tends to cook meals at similar times, and in the morning when we wake up and have breakfast, the kitchen is really the hub of the whole house, and it gives us the opportunity to meet other families who are going through similar experiences to us, and for us to be able to offload on each other is really, really lovely, because you can get really wrapped up in just your hospital room. Tina, our house manager, is absolutely brilliant, and if we ever have any problems with anything, we know that she's always there for any support, whether we've just had a really bad day at the hospital or whether we're looking for somewhere to eat. The main way to help the Sick Children's Trust would be from the public to give donations, because it's not linked to any other charity. It's a charity all on its own, so it doesn't get help from any other hospitals. So obviously to provide the accommodation for the families, it's very, very expensive. My sister was looking for some accommodation to be close to the hospital, and we went to some of the local hotels, and the cheapest room we could find was £110 for a single, not including anything else. So obviously when you're here for as long as we have been, 6 months, the costs would absolutely spiral out of control, and we just wouldn't be able to afford it, which would mean Kian wouldn't have his mum and dad with him.
Giving means not just money, but your time, just a shoulder to cry on, an ear to listen, just for somebody to be able to speak to somebody about what they're going through and just have a cuddle, somebody just giving something back to them. I'm Sandra from the Sick Children's Trust. Our organisation provides accommodation for parents of children who are receiving life-saving treatment at Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital in London. I'm a house manager running Rainbow House. We provide the accommodation where parents come to stay. I'm involved because I see every day the difference we make to families whose children are receiving treatment at hospital, the stress that is relieved from them by them being able to stay with us. Families give in all different ways, but we have one particular family who stayed with us about 4 years ago. And every year on the anniversary of their grandmother's death, they send us £25, which is what it would cost for them to put an ad in the paper, in a memory ad. And they'd rather us have it because it costs us £25 per night per family for them to stay in the house. So that helps for another family to be able to stay. If you'd like to make a donation to the Sick Children's Trust, you can go to our website, which is www.sickchildrenstrust.org. Follow the links and you can buy Christmas cards or see what events are coming up in the future. Thank you.